Hey guys, good evening and welcome back again to your Unacademy NEET English channel. I believe all of you are doing great, having a good time. So my dear students, there is one fresh update which has come from NTA, which is related to the re-examination of the NEET 2024, right? So before letting you know exactly what the update is, can you quickly let me know in the chats if all of you can hear me, if I'm perfectly audible and visible to every one of you? I would want every one of you to let me know quickly in the chats if all of you can hear me, if I'm perfectly audible and visible to every one of you. Quickly, people in the chats. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. I think I'm meeting you guys after 2 to 3 days related to these notices, right? Which NTA has been giving from past couple of days. So I'm not going to take some more than 5 to 6 minutes to read out this particular article, to read out this particular notice so that you'll understand like what is happening over here. Okay? So my dear students, quickly, let's go to the notice. I've already downloaded it. Okay, I've kept it on the screen. I'll read it completely so that you'll understand like what is happening. First of all, it is the public notice which has been, which is there on the NTA official site, and the subject of this particular notice is reconduct of NEET UG 2024 for the affected candidates, right? Reconduct of the NEET 2024 for the affected candidates. Now over here, let's have a look what NTA is coming up with. As per this particular article is concerned, the NEET UG 2024 that was conducted by NTA, we all know that. I need not to read it. I'll state it from here. The high-powered committee was constituted. The high-powered committee was constituted and set up. The high-powered committee was constituted and set up to examine the issue of the grant of compensatory marks to 1,563 candidates as grievances had been raised in respect of the said action. Okay, so basically this particular point is saying that the high-powered committee was constituted, right? You know it, and which was set up to examine the issue of the grant of compensatory marks to these 1,500 students as grievances had been raised in respect of the said action. The high-powered committee, after in-depth consideration of all relevant aspects, subject its recommendations which has been accepted by NTA. So basically there are some reports which have been submitted by this committee to NTA, and NTA has accepted those reports. Now what is that exactly? As per the recommendations from the committee, as per the recommendations of high-powered committee, NTA has decided to reconduct the NEET examination on 23rd of June 2024, right? So NTA has basically, you know it, perfect. It was said earlier, perfect. I think in the afternoon itself, NTA had come up with the public notice saying that they are going to reconduct the examination. And over here, they are mentioning again, they are going to reconduct the NEET examination on June 23rd to all those candidates basically, who were involved in the grace marks and stuff, right? So re-examination is going to happen on 23rd of June for 1,563 candidates who had experienced time loss during the originally scheduled examination on 5th of May and were awarded compensatory marks. All right. Now, what else is mentioned here? Let's have a look. What else is exactly mentioned here? Consequently, the decision has been taken by NTA based on the said recommendations as under. The re-examination will be conducted only for the candidates who were awarded compensatory marks during the initial evaluation. So only those students who were given the compensatory marks, those 1,563 students, they will have to write this particular test. The re-examination will be conducted as per the following schedule. 23rd of June, right? Time is going to be the same, 2 p.m. to 5:20 p.m. Tentative result. 30th of June, these 1,563 students will be getting the result of the examination which is happening for them on 23rd of June. Now, here are some important points. Guys. Take a note of all these things. The re-examination is valid for following cases only, right? These are certain cases which are given to us for which re-examination is valid. Okay. Point number 1. The scorecards of all affected candidates issued on 4th will stand cancelled and thus withdrawn. The affected 1563 candidates will be informed of their actual scores without compensation through their registered email IDs. Perfect. So this is point number 1. And this point says that all those 1563 students, right, who were given the grace marks, their result cards, their mark sheets, right, as per the latest result, okay, they stand cancelled. They stand cancelled. And they will be given, they will be provided with their actual scores without compensation, which will be sent to their respective email IDs. Okay, which will be sent to their respective email IDs. Perfect. So basically, the scorecards of all the affected candidates that stands cancelled. Perfect. And all their actual scorecards without the grace marks will be shared with them on their registered email IDs. A re-examination will be conducted for the affected candidates. We know it. Re-examination shall be conducted for the affected candidates, right? For the affected candidates. And here are some few more points which are, which are mentioned over here. Let's have a look what these points are. See, the result of those affected candidates who do not wish to appear for the re-examination will be declared based on their actual marks without compensation obtained in the examination conducted on 5th of May. So basically, it is a matter of choice. See, we have got 1563 students for which re-examination is going to happen. Perfect. Now again, among these 1563 students, it is the choice of the student whether he or she wants to appear into that re-examination or not. If a student out of these 1563 students, if a student wishes not to write the re-examination, then what will be his or her score? His or her score will be the same, but those compensatory marks which were provided to them, they'll be subtracted. They will be subtracted, right? They'll be subtracted. So the result of those affected candidates who do not wish to appear for the re-examination will be declared based on their actual marks without compensation obtained in the examination conducted on 5th of May. Now, next point, the marks obtained by the candidates, who will appear in the retest will be considered, and their marks based on examination on 5th of May will be discarded. So basically, all those students among these 1563 students, who are going to write the examination, okay, their earlier scorecards, they will stand cancelled and new scorecards will be provided to them on 30th of June, right? The admit cards for the candidates concerned will be issued subsequently. The fresh scorecard after the examination in case of candidates appears for the re-examination will be hosted on the website. So they'll be given, all those students among these 1563 students who wish to rewrite the NEET examination, they'll be provided with the new admit cards. In case any candidate faces difficulty in downloading the admit card for this, she may contact this number. Candidates are advised to regularly visit NTA websites for the latest updates regarding the examination. So my dear students, there are 2 to 3 points which I would want to share with you again, which I would want to quickly summarize. Point number one, re-examination is not going to happen to all the students. All the 24 lakh students who wrote the NEET examination once, they are not going to write. They do not have to write the NEET examination again. So no re-NEET, number 1. Number 2, then who all are going to write the NEET examination again? All those students who were provided with the grace marks, right? They are going to write the re-examination. They are going to write the NEET examination again, which is scheduled on 23rd of June, right? And how many students exactly are those? Those are 1563 students as per NTA. There are 1563 students as per NTA. Now, out of those 1563 students, right? If someone does not want to write the NEET examination again, among those 1563 students, their initial result sheets, their initial marks cards will stand cancelled. They'll be provided with the new mark sheets, wherein the grace marks which they got in the earlier result, those grace marks will be subtracted. So they will be provided with the new mark sheets. Perfect. And all those students among these 1563 students who wish to write the NEET examination again, who are going to write the NEET examination again, right? Their earlier mark sheets will stand cancelled and new mark sheets will be provided based on the re-examination which is happening on 23rd of June, and the results are going to be out on 30th of June, my dear students. So this was a quick update which right now came from NTA side, and I thought to share this particular update with all of you so that you will remain updated about all the things which are happening currently, right? Because I know a lot of students were tensed related to the re-NEET, etc. So there is no re-NEET. Perfect. There is no re-NEET. Re-NEET is not going to happen. Well, those students which were provided with the grace marks, basically, only those students will have to write the NEET examination again. Perfect. Now, again, it is their choice as well. It is their choice as well whether to write the examination again or not. If they are not willing to write the examination again, then they'll be provided with the new mark sheets wherein the grace marks will be subtracted, right? And all those students who wish to write the examination again, right? Their earlier mark sheets will be discarded and they'll be provided with the new mark sheet based on the new examination, which is scheduled on 23rd, and the results will be out on 30th, right? Well, I think all of this does not make any sense now. Perfect. All of this does not make any sense. So basically, we were talking about, see, this was one of the issue. How come grace marks will be provided? Perfect. How come grace marks students can get? This was one of the issue. And what NTA has done? They have conducted separate exam to these 1500 students. But we do not have any clarity whether they were actually 1500 students, whether they were 15,000 students. You do not know. You do not know. We do not have any clarity about that. They might be 1 lakh students also. Who knows, right? We did not get their data exactly on the official sites of NTA, right? This is not fair, guys, basically. If you technically see it, this is not fair, right? And the major concern was the leakage of the NEET paper 1 day before the examination. NTA is not talking about that. They are clearly refusing that the NEET paper was not leaked, right? And a lot of evidences were there which were clearly showing that NEET paper was leaked. But NTA is completely refused that in the Supreme Court as well, right? And they are just going to reconduct the examination for these 1563 students, which does not make any sense, to be very honest, right? Okay, it does not make any sense, to be very honest. Perfect. So let's see what they'll come up with in the upcoming days. See, one of the cases related to NTA, one of the cases against NTA was related to the grace marks, right? And today was its hearing, and they told they'll conduct a re-examination for all these. Now, there is one more hearing basically in the Supreme Court related to the NEET paper leakage. Perfect. Whether the paper was actually leaked or not, etc., etc. Its hearing will happen in 1 to 2 days more, and accordingly, we'll keep on letting you know about those updates as well. Perfect. Right. So this was a quick update which came from NTA, so thought to share with all of you. But as per me, this does not make any sense at all. It does not make any sense. This is not fair, guys. This is not fair. Yeah. So all those students, they are saying they are 1563 students. NTA is saying that. But who knows how many students got grace marks, right? Who is going to give us the actual data, right? Who is going to give us actual data? Perfect. Nobody, right? Nobody is going to give us the actual data. If they were transparent, they should have given the list of those 1563 students earlier itself, right? And so that we could also see their application numbers, etc., etc. Perfect. So at least they should have given us the list of those 1583 students, their application numbers, their DOBs, etc., etc. Right? Perfect. Then if they wanted to reconduct the examination for those students, then it was making sense. Then it was clearly making sense. Perfect. And after that, after showing those 1563 students, after that, if some other student, right, raises the issue that he or she was given the grace marks, then there was a clear discrepancy, right? Then we could have decided easily whether there was discrepancy or not. Yeah. Perfect. So this was a quick update, guys. I thought to share with you, right? I'll keep on sharing with these updates with all of you. Perfect. Whenever time to time, these updates will keep on coming on the NTA site. So with this, I'll be taking a leave. God bless you all. Take care, guys.